Dear all fellow Manchester United fans, Liverpool and Manchester City have eclipsed us. Old Trafford is a worn out amusement park. It's run down, it's laughed at. No one goes to Old Trafford in fear. Everyone goes there thinking and knowing that they can get something out of it. They set up with their defensive 4-4-2 nonsense, and we just can't break them down. Other times they just come straight for us, and we struggle. Yeah, we got a few points. We got a lot of points, but we lost too many points at home. Like, the final game of the season was the perfect example. Cardiff. We lost to Cardiff. We've lost to Huddersfield. We lost to Brighton. We've lost to teams that have newly been promoted. It's just pure embarrassment. And the managers literally have little control. They can only improve so much, but they aren't getting the serious support. Jose wasn't backed. Ole now too is getting the exact same treatment. Players at that club think they can tread water, get good pay, and go home fine after putting average and sometimes shambolic performances where they showcase little desire to even be on the pitch, little work rate whatsoever, and little end product whatsoever. Like championship level end product. Just watch Jesse Lingard sometimes. His end product at times can be world class, but most of the time it's just championship quality. Like, some players' performances are being blighted. Development is slowed as the players that they're surrounded with are just useless. Imagine being a midfielder. Your job is to create and operate, create chances. You're not going to be racking up assists because the people that are around you just can't finish. And of course, yes, we're going to play badly, so it's important that the midfielders step up, but the midfielders can only set up the chances. If you don't take the small chances that you get in those like really close games, then you'll end up losing. Before all of you start shouting at Paul Pogba, yes, okay, there's been times where he's been a bit slow, but there's lots of times where I've watched him in game where he's created a chance, but the players just don't finish. Rashford just doesn't finish. I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe he's like got some mental stuff going on, but he's just not been up to scratch. Lukaku as well, inconsistent. Just something's not right. And another thing, players are simply played out of position. And the reason for this, for example, Jesse Lingard and Mata being forced to play right wing, is most of these problems are due to one common factor, and that is our owners, the Glazers. The Glazers are too lazy to get the players that are desperately needed for those positions quickly and efficiently when the manager is asked. The manager, which is Ole, had clearly highlighted that we needed a new right back because Dalot's good, but at the moment we need someone that can either contest with him for that position. So it's kind of like iron sharpens iron. So them competing will make them like improve to try and get that space, that position. Then we needed centre backs because Smalling, Jones, Rocco, out of the three, at least two of them need to go. And Lindelof, has got injury problems, so we just needed someone like Koulibaly alongside Lindelof, or maybe De Ligt, but I think De Ligt's going to Juventus, and we were never going to get him anyways. But we need a centre back we need two centre backs, and then two midfielders, ideally an attacking midfielder to ease the pressure of Pogba, and a DM was the other area that needed strengthening, and then right wingers, a right winger and a striker. Those were the areas that Ole wanted to strengthen. And there's also been players that he's highlighted that need to leave. Lukaku, Sanchez hasn't been up to scratch, whether he deserves a second chance. Darmian, Rocco, Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, Nemanja Matic as well. Mata as well. That's it. And Jesse Lingard. That's what. Almost 9 players that need to be rid of. Oh, and the most important. No, and to top it all off, the one that deserves to go the most is Ashley Young. Man City. I'm sorry, I don't see Di Michaelis still there. Where's Bakary Sagna? They're nowhere to be seen. That's right. Alvaro Negredo? Do you still see him hanging around? No. Gael Clichy, remember him? Is he around? Carlos Tevez. Samir Nasri. Do you remember all these names? Yes. Are they still at City? No. Do you get what I'm saying? Okay. They've allowed United to spiral. So far, we've only signed one player, and Ole said he wants to make these signings before July the 7th. Ed Woodward and Matt Judge have done a shambolic performance when it comes to our transfer negotiations. And the reason why I'm saying shambolic is Real Madrid have made 3 to 4 signings in the space of 2 weeks. We are the third wealthiest club, so it's clear that money isn't the issue. It's down to the negotiators that are the issue. Matt Judge had been putting down, he's the person that handles our negotiations, had been starting and offering low bids. We need these players. We cannot afford to be trying to get the best deals. We need to get a deal sorted. That's what needs to be. We need to ask them how much do they need, and we give it to them. If the price isn't reasonable, okay, go 10 million down and try and bargain. But don't be starting with low bids. Like, what's going on? Like, we have time to waste. We don't have time to waste. 7th of July is in what, 2-3 weeks? And we've only got one signing. They've been messing about. It's evident that they do not care about this club's future. Because if they had, they would have been a lot more efficient when it came to negotiating deals for players, and they wouldn't have wasted time. They would have prioritised getting the signing done than getting the cheapest deal. And see our latest bid for Wan-Bissaka. That deal has been going on for a month. And do you know what they asked for? They said 50 million was how much they wanted. Do you know what we sent in as our bid? 35 million plus 50 million add-ons. It was rejected. They've said, we put in another bid before that was less. We know what they want. We have the money. We can sell Darmian and get a bit of money back as well. So what is the problem? Why are they messing about? There's no need. If you can do the add-ons, it means you can do the full deal. There's no need. It's just evident that they do not care enough about this club, and are not helping the club grow or progress. The Glazers are the ones that employed Ed Woodward and Matt Judge as our negotiators, and they haven't changed them. It's clear and obvious that they don't care. They're leeches in this club. Why? Why are they leeches? Why should you be Glazer out? 0.5 billion pounds in debt is what we've been in the last 14 years. It hasn't changed. It's fluctuated, but it has not gone down. If anything, it's gone up. £1 billion has been taken out of this club. In comparison, Manchester City zoners have put 1 billion into this club. And how many league titles have City won in the last 5 years compared to us? Remind me. That when was the last time we won the Premier League? Oh no, we've won the Europa League. Yeah, and where have we got in the Champions League? Nowhere. I mean, obviously, we played Barcelona, and then what happened? We got ripped apart. Liverpool played Barcelona, and they ripped them apart. Liverpool is the perfect example. Klopp told the owners what issues were in the club: their goalkeeper and their defence. They signed the forwards, they got them integrated, but the key one was the centre-back and the goalkeeper and the midfield. So what did they do? Fabinho, Keita, Alisson, Van Dijk in the space of, 2 years? No, in fact, Keita and Alisson, I think Keita and Alisson was just last year. Van Dijk is now on the team, and he's done what? Taking him 2 seasons? He's excelling. Fabinho as well. World class. Do you see what I mean? Investment. Owners showing desire, that they're not caring. Their back pockets isn't the first thing that's on their mind. Making sure that their club is one of the best in the world and is competing and getting to finals and contesting for the Premier League. That's what's on their mind. Whereas at United, the Glazers' first thing on their mind is making sure that their retirement plans and their back pockets are in good hands. LVG and Jose have actually come out and said that Woodward makes his own targets. They have given them targets of players that they needed. yet they evidently choose not to sign specific players. No, in fact, they don't even they think they know more about football than knowing managers. He's an accountant. Do you see what I get? Like, if you're an accountant, your job, and you're negotiating deals, your job is clearly to listen to the manager, because he's watched football, he watches players, and he knows what's needed in the club more than you will ever know. Your job is negotiation. That is your key. Stick to your strength. But it's obvious that Woodward and Matt Judge can't even do that now, can they? Because it's clearly not working, is it? We've only signed one player. Who? Daniel James. And even that one took too long. They don't even listen to the manager. We play terrible football, but because of commercials and sponsorship deals that the club generates, the Glazers just don't care. And if they do care, which I'm sure they do, they don't care enough. And personally, I don't think they care at all. And I think it's time for majority of them, Man United fans, followers and supporters, they have to come together. This is it. You have to. You need to make a decision. You need to come and join thousands of other United fans in helping push these neaks out, because the Glazers ain't doing that. They are not helping this club progress. If anything, it's regressed too much. The only way this club will return to its former glory is to get new owners that will invest, new owners, new executives, and a director that will listen to our manager, which is Ole at the moment. We need directors that will set up a plan with Ole, a 5-year, 3-year, whatever plan of how the club is going to get back to being Premier League title contenders. New executives, definitely. We need new people that can sort out deals, and new owners, people that are willing to invest when the club needs the money in order to grow, in order to develop. Simple things like the stadium. Old Trafford had a leak. Like a couple of months ago, there was footage that emerged of where water was just spewing out of the roof of Old Trafford. Like fully just lots of water was just leaking out of the roof. It's just ridiculous. But the main thing that they care about, the Glazers, is their sponsorship deals. It's embarrassing. So the $1 million question is, what can you do to help force them out? Well, the thing is, because they're such a big, you will have that sense of feeling of what you're doing is nothing, but it's that sense of one person on their own doing all these things is nothing. But when it's collective person, that's when you get more impact. When you punch someone, you don't punch with one finger, do you? No, you use every single finger and all the force that every single finger has collectively to batter someone. And that's exactly what we have to do. We have to collectively come together to force the Glazers out. That is with small things, by doing things like unfollowing Man United on all social media, unsubscribing from the YouTube channel, stop watching Man United channel videos. The reduction in views decreases revenue, which means the money that the Glazers would get essentially from YouTube videos goes down. Delete the Man United app, cancel MUTV subscriptions, boycott games. Boycotting games is simple. You can go to the pub with other United fans and enjoy and talk about United whilst watching United games. If not, match of the day. Sorry, but boycotting games shows that we're not happy with the Glazers, and the Glazers either have to change or leave. Don't buy Chevrolet cars. Don't buy Man United shirts. Prob's got one already. Why do you need a new one? Don't turn up to matches. I already said that earlier. Join in with the Glazer out protests. At 2 p.m. on Saturday, June the 29th, there's a Glazer out protest outside Old Trafford. Do everything you can to spread the news about it and join. Go up and join. Protest. Show your discomfort and your anger at what the Glazers have done to the club, and show that you want Manchester United to return to its best, and you want the club back. You want the club to be back where it should be, and it will not be back with the Glazers in charge, because it's clear since Ferguson has left that they're just not the right people. Don't use diesel. Basically, avoid buying stuff from all of Man United's partners, because it would heavily damage their sponsorship deals greatly, as it would show that having a deal sponsoring United is clearly not benefiting in any way, shape, or form. If you do that, then it just damages sponsorship deals, and Glazers end up losing money. If you do have go to games, because I know United fans will go to games because it's United. Of course, you're going to go and support your club, no matter how hard the times will get. Going green and white symbolises the old Manchester United, and it symbolises anti-Glazers. Take Glazer out banners, sign petitions, fund aircrafts that say Glazer out. It may seem stupid, but it's those small things that make a huge difference. Okay, they've allowed United to spiral, and I just think these cockroaches have been in power for too long, and we've got to come together to help force them out. In the words of Jose Mourinho, there's nothing more to say. I'll see you later.